Hey guys, Jen here. I wanted to film a quick video before I go to work. So, I don't tell you everything that happens regarding high strangeness because I would never stop filming at that point. This has just been my life for the last few years. So, let's get into it. A few weeks, maybe about a month ago, well, the beginning of summer, there was it looked like something had attacked a bird. There was like bird feathers and part of a carcass next to the garage, but it's not like it didn't cross the boundary of the driveway, which becomes important later on. And then in the trail here, you see that I'm showing you, I have a favorite spot where I kind of go and meditate or pray all the time. And so it's right there, just, it's a spot that I sit off of the trail, but like, when I say off of the trail, this is such a small space that you're not actually off the trail, but just out of the way of the trail, I guess. And so there was a dead bird there. Now, you know, I've been gifted like little painted rocks and a couple like little amethyst stones that I had, and just like kind of gifting things, and even a couple of pears and apples at one point. So then yesterday, me and Sammy are going for our morning walk, and strewn about the entrance to the trail on the one side where you enter, okay? And you actually you pass through like two trees, and it used to be where the bridge is, but the tree took out the bridge at the beginning of the year. But anyways, you cross this entrance into the little wooded area on one of the bridges, and strewn about right at the entrance were babies. They must have been squirrels. I don't know. They were so little and kind of premature, and I didn't want to stop and look too long. Like, I honestly wanted to turn around and go back, but I just kind of ignored it, and I pretended like nothing was strange and kept going. Now you're going to say, well, it's the woods. You find dead things all the time. This type of thing happens. Not like this. Not, and you guys have heard the rest of my tales. Like, you know how strange this place is. And the birds really rings something in me because birds are a thing between me and my dad. And whenever I leave the house, there's always a bird circling overhead. It like, I don't know, it's kind of almost like a guardian, I guess. It just kind of follows me. And I always think that, maybe it's my dad's spirit watching over me, some type of thing. So is something gifting these dead things to me now? Kind of like how cats will bring mice to their humans. Is something in the woods gifting me dead things? Now, it's important to note that around the yard, I have buried a couple of Psalms, Psalm 91 specifically. There is even a small KJV that I buried. And I consistently and constantly call down God's angels and protectors to watch over, the land, even though I don't own it. I don't think anyone can own land. Let's be very clear about that. So I always call down the help of the angels and whatnot, but I found it very interesting that these things don't cross the boundary of the house and of the driveway. And like I said, that counts because on the one side of the driveway, I have a KJV, I have a Psalm, and I have, actually, I just recently put a St. Benedict medal in the ground. And it kind of reminded me of when that man started screaming at me when I asked him to, go to the other side of the road because me and Sam were trying to walk on the proper side. And he started screaming about me, how I don't even own that home. And it could be construed that possibly like the homeowners association doesn't like people like me. Maybe they think that, oh, we got to get that element out. The older people tend to think that way sometimes. But I keep the yard clean, I give them all produce, I share what I do have with people, I tip well in the neighborhood, and I give back to my community that way. And I donate to local causes. So was it maybe someone spiritually who was upset with me? Like, was it a quote-unquote demon speaking through this man, mad that I am calling down God's angels and prayers down on the land? And I say, as far and as wide as my territory goes, whatever that is, whatever that means, to God, But anyways, I just wanted to let you know that this was happening. I don't tell you every little thing. I kind of let things accumulate a little. Because, if something happens once, yeah, okay, it happened. Twice, it might be a little strange, but not out of the norm. 3 or 4 times, that's a pattern, right? That's patterned behavior. So I just wanted to document this, give this little testimony. I have, of course, a lot more to say about the working situation and the environment that I find myself in. I never used to believe in aliens, but man, it's really looking like some type of takeover day after day after day. Oh, yesterday I was working and a girl came in and I knew I recognized her, but I wasn't sure who she was. And she was a cousin of my spouse's who I always never had a problem with, always admired that she was a lovely girl. She works hard. She's a mom. So, I've never had anything either way to say. I think she's a decent person or whatever. She stops in yesterday, and I didn't realize this till after she left, but she starts telling me about how, she teaches her girls not to be jealous of what people have and how, she was decorating her house with gnomes and now people she knew, gnomes were everywhere. So she has to find something new to like because she doesn't like it when people takes what she has. But then she was double-minded and telling her girls, don't be jealous of other people's stuff. Be happy with what you have, which we're all kind of that way. We're all a little double-minded. The strange thing is that's what I had confessed in confession this past Sunday, is that now that I'm back to work and seeing people on a daily basis, sometimes I have those moments where I'm envious and thinking, oh man, they're so lucky they get to travel, or they're so lucky they get to, ride horses every day or own horses. And, I confess that I need to be just happy for people instead of feeling like, oh, I wish I could do that. And so she basically told me back what I had confessed in confession. And you also know this is a trend. This happens all the time in this town. People talk back my own testimony to me. I don't know, God. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to think. I don't really care what people think of me. You can call me crazy. But the more, and let's be real clear, I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice. But there are no tests that prove mental illness. And sometimes I think they're a very convenient way of explaining things that we don't understand, so we stigmatize that person. And, it's just a part of society I wish that we would change really quickly. But anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stop in the next couple of days. I should be doing a live stream soon. And until then, you guys keep your heads on a swivel. Remember to keep praying and to be Jesus, to show people love and kindness and forgiveness, even when it's hard. When it's hard, we should strive even more to accomplish that in our inner spirit. So I love you guys. Bye.